This is Philosophy on Point, and today we're going to be doing some cooking. I'm going to be making a mango fish curry, and this is extra special because today the fish was caught by a really good friend of mine, Gareth Lilly. It was caught a few weeks ago, maybe even a month ago, and we were fishing together down the bottom of South Australia's Yorke Peninsula, and we caught 4 of these fish, but the one we kept was the biggest one, and this is it. It's 137 centimeters long from memory and would have weighed around 50 pounds. Absolutely great fish, especially for down that way. So it's going to be awesome. So let's get stuck into cooking this curry. So we're going to take this brocollini and give it a bit of a slice, get rid of the ends and just cut it into a few pieces. Just want something green to add into the curry at the end, just to give it a bit of colour, and of course it makes it a bit healthier, I guess. Now, chop some onion up. As you can see, I've sped up this footage and cut it pretty finely, and we're going to do the same thing with the garlic, nice and fine. Just chop away till you get it nice and fine. You don't want big chunks in the curry. Perfect. So just clean up the mess, and then we'll go on to the mango. So separate the cheeks from the seed, and we want to get as much flesh off of both the skin and the seed as we can. So don't worry about making a bit of a mess. It doesn't matter, the chunks don't need to look good because they're going into the NutriBullet to be blended. So if you haven't done it before, the easy way to do mango cheeks is put crosshatch slices, and then that sort of all folds back and you can just cut all the chunks off. So there we are with the mango. All right, back to normal speed, and let's get this into the NutriBullet. We need to make a puree out of the mango. Perfect. Okay, so let's get this pan on the heat and get some oil in there. Just going to use some extra light olive oil because I don't have anything else that's really suitable around. I've got full flavoured extra virgin olive oil, but that's probably too strong. Not really what you want in a Indian or Asian style curry. So onions and garlic in the pan, keep them moving, you don't want to burn them, and add some curry powder. This one's just from Clives of India. It's nothing special, but it's what I had in the cupboard. Now, it's worth noting this is not a hot curry, so I like my curries to be a bit spicy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some chili flakes. You could also add fresh chili if you like. I didn't have any there, so just the chili flakes will do. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do now that this is cooked enough is just put it aside on a plate, because I'm probably going to cook this fish in the same pan once I get it prepared. So just tip all this out onto the side of the plate. It's going to go in the same curry together after, so I don't mind it being with the brocollini. Now the fish, as you can see, I've just got a couple of slabs. These are actually pretty small pieces considering the size of the fish. So just taking the skin off, because I'm not a big fan of the skin. This knife is really not up to the task. I need to get myself a decent knife, and I'll be making videos on fillet knives as well as other knives. When the channel's called Philosophy on Point, not only am I talking about philosophy, but I'm literally talking about points as well, from this new idea, which I didn't realize until recently how interested I was in knives, so knife points, and just knives in general. And the other physical points that I'll be talking about, as you can see, I like fishing, so there'll be hook points or just points about fishing, and also stuff to do with hunting. So there's going to be arrow points in particular because I'm getting my archery gear together, but there probably will be the old gun point thing as well with bullets at some point. Once I get things sorted out. Anyway, back to the cooking. As you can see, I decided on using another pan, And the reason for that is I thought the fish might stick a bit to all the other stuff. I wasn't really sure. I'm making this up as I go along, to be honest. But that's why I'm throwing in some more curry powder. Fish goes in the pan. Now you might notice I took out some fish sauce before, sitting in the background there. Now, once this fish is cooked a little bit more, I just want to kind of brown it a little on both sides, just so it doesn't totally fall apart, or hopefully it doesn't. I'm going to add that fish sauce in a second, so just need to get some rice in. Now, as you can see, I didn't end up adding that fish sauce in yet. That's going to go in shortly, but I decided to go back to the other pan and get the curry mixture with the onions and garlic back in there. So in it goes. Once that's heated up a bit, I'm going to add the mango. It's plenty hot enough in there now. So give it a good mix. Add some coconut cream in there, and this isn't the coconut cream I would usually use. The one I normally use is 100% coconut. This one I think has some added water or something in it. But I've used it once or twice before and it's been okay, and it was really cheap, so I couldn't walk past it. So anyway, once that's in there, give it a good stir. I'm just guessing the quantities, but I'm going to write a recipe and put that in the description. Anyway, once that's all stirred in properly, you can think about adding the fish. So get that in the pan. Now, I don't like wasting stuff, so I actually ate fish earlier in the day, and this was leftovers, so I'm really just using up what would otherwise have had to go to waste, because it had been frozen, I couldn't refreeze it, and I don't like the idea of killing something and then wasting it. So 2 fish meals in one day, something really unusual for me. I've only just started not minding eating seafood recently. I've never been a huge fan, even though I've always loved fishing, but I really want to get into getting a lot of my own produce, I guess. May even start growing my own vegetables and stuff like that eventually. Anyway, just going to scrape all this in. I have a feeling the fish is going to break up a lot, so a bit of extra broken up fish won't do any harm. And here's that fish sauce that I was talking about earlier. Just a little bit, don't want too much because it's pretty strong. And some more chili. Now, I mentioned earlier that I put chili in it, and I really don't think it was hot enough. It looks like I'm putting a lot, but I seem to be able to put quite a bit of this before it gets too hot for my liking. Maybe that's just because I like spicy food. Okay, so give that a good stir. And we're almost done. Really, the only thing left to do now is make sure it's stirred through well. And the rice is almost cooked actually, so we can add the brocollini in and mix that through as well. So the rice is pretty much just sitting and resting. It's been there for a few minutes. It's ready to serve up. So it's going to be a really big bowl of food. Like I said, I don't want to waste this, and I'm eating it on my own. So lots of rice, and with that there's going to be a lot of fish curry. So beautiful York Peninsula Mulloway, which for those that don't know, a Mulloway is very similar to the cob from South Africa, and I think it's similar to the redfish and black drum from the States. So let's get that on top of the rice. Look at that, looks awesome, smells really good. I wish you could smell it. Now I'm going to get it all in the bowl, or as much as I can. At least going to make sure I get all the good chunks of fish and that nice brocollini, because I don't like being wasteful, and I I've eaten quite a bit today, to be honest. Like I said, I had fish earlier, so luckily that was quite a few hours ago and I'm pretty hungry right now. So there it is. Have a look at that. Anyway, if you've liked this video, make sure you give it a like down below. Hit subscribe, and if you've got any questions or comments, leave them down below. Otherwise, we'll catch you guys soon in the next video.